despite our position in the Gulf of Guinea, in terms of the benefits Nigeria has gotten over this, has been also very challenging. Now, theoretical framework, there is a theory by the European Commission called Blue Growth Theory. It talks about how you can use the blue economy, the resources that are embedded in the ocean and then in the seas, for comprehensive growth and development. And that's what has happened in the Gulf states. If you look at UAE, look at about Saudi, the UAE especially have diversified the economy to the extent where 50% of contribution is coming from non-oil sector. You can see that. That's why tourism and other things are happening in those states. So how do we use the oil resources that we have to be able to generate revenues and employment in other areas? That is a critical thing. And that's what the European Commission is talking about. We have the possibility, because these are also wasting resources. It's possible that these resources are going to finish. Today you're talking about how many in terms of oil and gas reserves? $37 billion barrels of oil, and then 210 trillion cubic feet of gas. But the fact that we have a reserve means that it can also finish, isn't it? And so the point is, what are we doing with it? What are we doing with it? So question is about sustainable use, prudence use of these resources. Next. Now we look at, go to the next slide, please. I'm talking about a conceptual framework. In our study that we're going to undertake shortly, part of this discussion is about what are the variables, likely factors, that can contribute to the growth of the blue economy anywhere. So the study is a universal study. Next slide, please. Universal study that will help us to say, okay, what factors are important that we can use as variables to be able to help us say we can grow the GDP of ocean economy, blue economy. That is what we want to talk about. And there are we've taken about 4 variables. Please, can you go to the next slide, please? There's a drawing there. Can I have the stuff so that I can change it myself? Okay, so this is conceptual operational framework. Now, this framework, if you look at it, you have maritime trade, talking about the movement of cargoes and passengers on the ocean waters. You talk about maritime investment in terms about, you mentioned something about, Madam mentioned something about the CVF also, the CVF with finance for all those kind of finance related investments and money coming in from outside. You talk about maritime security, and then you talk about what? Pollution control. It will be difficult for you to talk about, especially tourism and fishing, when pollution is prevalent. I am from a community here in this Niger Delta, from Rivers, Bayelsa. Recently there was a lot of pollution across Rivers and Bayelsa. And they refuse, sometimes they find it difficult to clean up. They practically beg them to come and do clean up. How can you talk about blue economy when the mess up is there? So these are challenges we are having.